Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Nacho, and welcome to Final Fantasy III by Square Enix. Apparently in 1994, this game was released for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. So, without further ado, let us get started. I'm using my keyboard because I can't find my controller. Well, more accurately, I can't find the adapter that I used to hook up my controller to my computer, my Xbox controller. Long ago, the War of the Magi reduced the world to a scorched wasteland, and magic simply ceased to exist. Ooh, spooky. 1,000 years have passed. Iron, gunpowder, and steam engines have been rediscovered, and high technology reigns. So, I haven't played this game before, ever. I've actually never played any Final Fantasy games, ever, so this is my first exposure to the entire series. But there are some who would enslave the world by reviving the dread destructive force known as magic. They make it sound like they made up the word magic, like they were the first people ever to say magic. But I've stayed away from the Final Fantasy series because, you know, it's never interested me, but I've actually never really played I haven't really played many JRPGs. I played, like, Chrono Trigger. I've played a few other JRPGs, but really none of the major ones that people continue to talk about today, you know, like Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 3/6, Final Fantasy, like, I don't know, Final Fantasy 8. And, you know, all those other assorted Final Fantasies that people seem to love, and Persona, and so I plan on starting this as sort of a let's play JRPGs that are awesome series kind of thing. And I'm going to start off with Final Fantasy III, which was recommended to me by Sparhawk Gaming. Check him out over at youtube.com/SparhawkGaming. And he recommended me. I'm like, so guys, so which of the 2D Final Fantasy should I play? And he said, and a bunch of people, him amongst other people, but he was the first one to say it, said Final Fantasy VI. So Final Fantasy VI was released in Japan as Final Fantasy VI, but in America as Final Fantasy III, because we never got the original Final Fantasy III. I don't get it, but that's my understanding. Wedge Antilles? That's the first thing that comes to mind. Not to worry, the slave crown on her head robs her of all conscious thought. She'll follow orders. I'm going to try not to read the text, because, I don't know, it's kind of weird for me. Well, approach from the east, move out. But I can't resist it, because I love doing silly accents for all the different characters. They kind of look like seals. It's really weird. Alright, so this will bring us right into the very beginning of the game. This looks like one of the newer Pokemon games, like the intro to Black and White. Like that kind of animation style. Kind of strange that the kind of stuff that they used to be able to do on the SNES on like full-blown consoles, this was like top-of-the-line stuff, and then nowadays this is what we do on the shitty DS hardware. Which is it's kind of mind-blowing how far technology has come. But this game, I'm really hoping that this game still continues to hold up even today, and if what JRPGs have proven in the past from the ones that I have played that have come out, you know, late 80s, early 90s, mid 90s, those even from the early 2000s, they tend to have mechanics that hold up very well. As a matter of fact, nowadays, the mechanics in JRPGs tend to be going into a downward spiral. I am looking at you, Final Fantasy 13. I don't actually know. I know people bitch about Final Fantasy 13 a lot, so I figured I'd make a jab at them, you know? Because Final Fantasy fans are going to want to watch this video and be like, look at this noob playing Final Fantasy 3. Or maybe they'll desperately be searching for that nostalgic feeling that they got when they